Episode 1. The Curse of the Baskervilles. The legend of the Baskerville curse had survived for centuries, whispered in dark corridors and read by candlelight in old family records. According to the tale, a cruel ancestor named Hugo Baskerville once chased an innocent woman across the desolate moors. When her body was later found lifeless, something else was seen nearby, something unnatural. A gigantic hound, glowing with hellish fire, was said to have torn Hugo apart. Since that night, death followed the Baskerville name. Dr. James Mortimer believed in facts, not legends. Yet the body he discovered on the edge of Dartmoor refused to be explained by reason alone. Sir Charles Baskerville was found dead near his estate, his face frozen in pure terror. His heart had failed, but nearby in the soft earth were footprints, not human, enormous, like those of a beast. Mortimer traveled to London, seeking help from the famous detective Sherlock Holmes. Holmes listened quietly, eyes sharp, mind racing. He dismissed the supernatural explanation, but he did not dismiss the fear. "There is no devil hound," Holmes said calmly, "but there is something here worth investigating." Sir Charles had an heir, Sir Henry Baskerville, newly arrived from Canada. The Baskerville estate could not remain empty, but returning to Dartmoor might place Sir Henry directly in the path of whatever killed his uncle. Almost immediately, strange events began. A boot vanished from Sir Henry's hotel room. Then another appeared, mysteriously returned. A warning letter arrived, cut from newspaper print. "If you value your life, stay away from the moor." Holmes knew then this was no coincidence. Something or someone was watching, and the game had begun. Episode 2. The Shadow on the Moor. Sir Henry insisted on returning to Baskerville Hall despite the danger. Dr. Watson accompanied him, while Holmes remained in London, for reasons he refused to explain. Dartmoor was a land of fog and silence. The wind howled like a living thing. At night, strange cries echoed across the hills, neither animal nor human. The locals spoke in hushed voices. Some claimed to have seen a massive black hound roaming the moor, its eyes glowing in the darkness. Others refused to speak at all. One night, Watson and Sir Henry heard it. A long, chilling howl carried through the mist. Sir Henry laughed nervously, but Watson felt the sound crawl down his spine. No normal creature made a noise like that. They soon met neighbors of the estate, among them the Stapletons. Mr. Stapleton was polite, intelligent, and deeply interested in the legend, too interested. His sister warned Sir Henry to leave the moor immediately. Her fear seemed genuine, but her brother dismissed it as foolish superstition. As days passed, Watson noticed something unsettling. Sir Henry was not alone on his walks. Someone or something was following him across the moor. And at night, a single light flickered from a distant stone hut, a hut that was supposed to be abandoned. Episode 3. The Beast Revealed. Watson discovered the truth too late. Holmes had been on the moor all along, hiding in the stone hut, watching every move. He had suspected a human hand behind the curse from the beginning. The hound was real, but not supernatural. Stapleton had bred a massive dog, coated it with a glowing chemical, and released it under cover of darkness. A creature of fear, designed to kill by terror alone. Sir Charles had died not from teeth, but from fear. His heart could not survive the sight. Stapleton planned to finish the job with Sir Henry. On a fog-choked night, Sir Henry walked the moor alone. Then the hound came. A monstrous shape burst from the darkness, eyes burning, jaws wide. Sir Henry screamed as the beast charged. Holmes and Watson fired their revolvers. The creature collapsed, dead at last. But Stapleton fled into the mire, swallowed by the moor he had used as his weapon. The curse was exposed as a lie. Yet the moor did not feel any less haunted. Episode 4. The Truth Behind the Legend. Morning came slowly to the moor, dragging pale light across the fog. like a reluctant witness. The monstrous hound lay lifeless on the damp ground, its glowing eyes now dull, its terrifying presence reduced to an ordinary corpse. Without the darkness, without the chemical glow, it was just an animal. But fear lingered. Stapleton had vanished. They searched for him across the moor, calling his name into the wind. The ground near the great Grimpen Mire told the story. Broken reeds, disturbed mud, a single walking stick, half submerged, pointing toward the depths. Holmes studied the scene carefully. No man survives that mire once he steps off the path, he said quietly. Stapleton's fate was sealed by the very land he had used as his weapon. Back at Baskerville Hall, Holmes revealed everything. Stapleton was not merely a neighbor. He was a Baskerville by blood, a man who had hidden his identity and waited patiently for the inheritance to fall into his hands. The legend had been his greatest ally. Fear blinded reason, superstition silenced suspicion, and the Hound, carefully trained, carefully disguised, had been the perfect executioner. Sir Charles never stood a chance. Sir Henry listened in silence, his face pale. The Moor had tested him, stalked him, nearly claimed him. The curse was a lie, but the terror it caused was real. That night, as fog crept once more across the hills, Watson lay awake in his room. The wind whispered against the windows. For a moment, just a moment, he thought he heard it again. A distant howl, low, lingering, not from a beast, but from the land itself. Episode 5. Echoes that never die. Life slowly returned to normal at Baskerville Hall, but the moor never truly released its grip. Sir Henry chose to leave England, unable to remain surrounded by memories of fear and death. The estate stood quiet once more, its halls echoing with footsteps that no longer came. Holmes returned to London, satisfied that reason had triumphed over myth. Yet even he admitted something unsettled him. Fear, he said, is the most powerful weapon mankind has ever created. The villagers continued to tell their stories. Some claimed Stapleton's body was never found. Others swore they had seen a figure moving in the fog on moonless nights, limping, watching. Travelers avoided the moor after sunset. Horses refused to cross certain paths. Dogs whimpered and pulled away for no visible reason. Years passed. The legend changed, as legends always do. Some said the Hound still roamed the hills. Others claimed it waited for another Baskerville to return. The truth no longer mattered, because stories do not die when they are disproven. They die when people stop believing. And on the moor, belief was stronger than reason. The wind still howled at night. The fog still swallowed the road. And somewhere, deep beneath the silence, the past waited patiently for someone else to listen. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell to get all new videos first. Get ready for more fear and mystery.